Are you ready for the dopest rap ever?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah. Come close to the mic. In the world, there are two kinds of things. The ones that are alive and the ones non-living. I'm not busting this rhyme, hoping that it sells. I'm here to drop some knowledge. It's all about the cells. Cells are the basic units of all life. They make up plants and animals. That's alright. Won't find them in rocks or even on your house, in your head and in your toes, or even in a mouse. All creatures have them in the water or on land. A lion or a shark or crab living in the sand. Cells also make up any type of plant, a tree or a bush, but just not this plant. Any living thing is made up of cells. They're all just a bunch of tiny organelles.
Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They're smaller than a car. Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They are what they are. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Each cell is made of parts called organelles. So tiny, you need a microscope to see. About 100 trillion cells make up you and me.
The nucleus is the most important part. It's like a cell's brain, not the cell's heart. It tells everybody where to be. There's trillions that help out you and me. Next, there's a vacuole, stores food and waste. In the plant they are large in space, inside an animal, small and thin. There's all cell membrane. It's like the skin. It's pretty tight and keeps it together. Animals and plants both have them forever. For a plant, it's not yet done. It needs something called a cell wall. Son, it's like a second layer, keeping it warmed. We thought you should know, keeping you informed.
Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They're smaller than a car. Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They are what they are. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Each cell is made of parts called organelles. So tiny, you need a microscope to see. About 100 trillion cells make up you and me.
We forgot to explain two organelles. One's a cytoplasm. It's like my hair gels. I'm 70% H2O. I let things move past to where they can't go. And now's another part. It's called a chloroplast. It's only in a plant, but it still has a blast. It's filled with chlorophyll, and that's alright. It gives them energy through sunlight. It's a little process called photosynthesis, but don't leave yet. Who said you could dismiss?
Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They're smaller than a car. I said cells. That's who we are. Cells. They are what they are. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Each cell is made of parts called organelles. So tiny, you need a microscope to see. About 100 trillion cells make up you and me.
There's also more organelles that are hard to see. You need a special microscope. That's the key. The mitochondrion is the cell's powerhouse that helps a cat run when it's chasing a mouse. From oxygen and food, it makes energy. It takes air and a burger to create ATP. It's a process called respiration. It's why we always need to breathe on work or on vacation. Then there are the ribosomes. They make protein. It's like eating meats or eating some beans. The endoplasmic reticulum is what's next. It breaks down foods. It's not that complex. The lysosome and vesicles are two tiny parts. The lysosome recycler is good at heart. It breaks down molecules into tinier ones. It also kills organisms. Damn, they're done. Next is the vesicles and Golgi apparatus. They both work together, putting protein into packages.
Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They're smaller than a car. Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They are what they are. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Each cell is made of parts called organelles. So tiny, you need a microscope to see. About 100 trillion cells make up you and me.
Now that's all the things you need to know. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They're smaller than a car. Cells. That's who we are. Cells. They are what they are. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Each cell is made of parts called organelles. So tiny, you need a microscope to see. About 100 trillion cells make up you and me.